Hello and welcome back to Kawowo Sports. This is another incredible rugby edition here on the Kawowo Sports channel. Today I'm going to be talking to a very incredible man. By now we all know him. He's not a stranger. He has done great things for this country. He has groomed very many athletes in this sport that we all love, that is rugby. The man I'm going to be talking to today is Coach Tolbert Onyango. He's a four-time African champion. He has been to the World Cup. He has been to the Commonwealth Games. And of course, he has been to the inaugural African Games for the sevens, discipline. Coach Onyango, thank you for hosting us, and thank you for talking to us.
Thanks, man. Glad to be here, and hoping to have a great discussion.
Yeah, of course, it's going to be a very good discussion, but of course, we can't begin the discussion without knowing the man. Who is Coach Tolbert Onyango?
A very polite man, loves his own space, a family man with two boys, and rugby is his passion.
Coach, you've talked about your two boys, and I would like to take you back very many years ago.
Yes.
When you're at Nairobi School, that moment you picked up the rugby ball for the first time.
Yeah.
What piqued your interest in this sport?
Okay, I was actually 14 years at the time, I think about 48 kilos, and went down to what we used to call Twickenham, which was the main pitch at Nairobi School, and you know, the atmosphere was electric, people singing around the stands, and just the way guys were carrying themselves around the game is what impressed me the most.
Coach, you're one of those special talents that has, almost finished the rugby cycle. You've played high school, you've played at uni, you've also played for club, and you've played for country as well.
Yes.
But across all those stages of your rugby playing journey, which one did you enjoy the most?
I think I enjoyed playing the most, but at the coaching level is where I've grown. You know, in a big way. You learn the sport. You get your heart broken. You win some, you lose a lot, and and along the way, you grow. And I think that's been the most important and exciting stage of my rugby career.
Yeah, but again, in those formative early years of your rugby journey, did you ever play against the Ugandan side? And as a young Kenyan boy, of course in Kenya, back home, did you, ever think that this beautiful sport is being played across the border? And when you first played against them, what was your experience?
Yeah, we played against the Uganda side, which came to play. I think it was either Main Machine or Nondis back in Nairobi. I remember the likes of Kasasa. Kasasa was a star then, and that's how we ended up going to New Zealand at the time. There was the likes of Martin Kasasira, Lucas Ocheng. So it was an interesting period. Also the likes of Victor Kalimugogo, who was at Cobs at the time. Very, very clever player, very nippy. So clearly Uganda side developing some bit of good rugby, and they had a good understanding of the game.
Of course, you talk about Victor, who was at the Cobs, but when you came to Uganda, obviously Legends was your first training ground.
Yes.
But how did you end up choosing Heathens over Cobs?
I guess it's just one of those things, like a flip of the coin. Went to Kampala Rugby Club, as it was called then, and there was a team that was training this side near KCCA at that second half. Joined them, and unfortunately it was a touch game, and as you all know, during touch the numbers got to be equal, and a couple of Cobb stalwarts were out on the side, so I stepped out and the guys stepped in and played for quite a while. Eventually I saw some other guys coming out of the changing room, and they were on this other side of the pitch, and just, I walked over to them, and I recognized a few guys, and that's how I joined Heathens.
That's how you joined Heathens.
It could have gone either way, man. Could have gone either way.
But also speaking about your illustrious rugby cycle,
Yeah.
you've been the club captain at Heathens. You've also been, the coach here at Heathens. And
Yes.
obviously, there are certain players that have been captains here, like Michael Okorach. How would you advise them, to sort of complete that rugby cycle of from player to captain and now to coach?
I know it's different for everyone. It's different for everyone. Other guys just want to play the sport, enjoy the collisions during the game, and just chill out with the rest of their buddies after the game. There are others who, and there are very few, who want to continue with the cycle and either go ahead and manage the game or continue coaching the game. It's a very tight affair at the top there, and so you really need to be, you have to be passionate about what you're going to do. Otherwise, there's plenty of tough times up there. So it'd be good if you can be able to pick up, continue with the sport, encourage the young ones. But even if you're not doing it directly on the pitch, you can be able to support on the sidelines.
So how do you transition from being a captain and obviously think about and sort of consider becoming a coach?
Yeah.
Well, of course, those are all leadership positions.
Yes.
But how was the transition for you?
It wasn't that difficult. It wasn't that difficult because sometimes or rather the way I used to want the game to be played a bit differently, from what to be able to see other teams playing, and then that sort of pushed me towards the coaching bit. Sometimes it's about advisory when another guy is a coach. Other times it would be you stepping on the pitch and sort of trying to direct the play and change minds of the players. And eventually I ended up getting stuck in that role in a good way. And the rest is history. I love enjoying being on the pitch, interacting with the young guys and the old guys, getting opinions about the sport from various walks of life. So there's obviously guys who are on the sidelines, guys of social media, the players themselves, and all of those guys contribute in one way or another towards shaping the game. But I love being in kit and boots on the pitch, and also gives me time to try and stay in shape.
Coach, you've told us how you ended up joining Heathens and not Cobs,
Yeah.
but maybe the journey that we don't know about is how you ended up coaching Buffaloes and how that whole journey was.
Oh, yeah. So I finished playing in Heathens, and as we all know, it's one of those transformative journeys. You give your time to the sport. You get a bit older, and you can't move as quickly as you used to move, and then you have to give way to the young and upcoming boys. So I moved out of, I stopped playing for Heathens, and then I felt I still had something to contribute to the sport, and that's when I moved to Buffaloes. At Buffaloes, I found there were already some very can I say influential guys. One of them being Christian Kizito and Robert Seguya, the late Sogi. Those are the guys who really got that crop of guys moving together with Lemeriga and Andrew Owor. So the core of that group of the Buffaloes boys was at Hana at the time. So Diego Pius, Aaron Okudi, or Solomon
Philip.
Okia, yes, Philip. And as Heathens could not take up all of them. And therefore we remained with a couple of stalwarts, as I would say, young enterprising players. And I remember at the time, I think we had like six Buffaloes players in the national team.
The national team.
Yeah, which was pretty exciting stuff. But it's all about the foundation that they got from Christian and Sogi that helped me just try and touch up a bit and found ourselves in a good competitive position.
So if you're to sort of summarize that Buffalo's team that obviously won the national sevens,
Yes.
what would you say were the standout things that they did right, and some of those things that made them tick and get that success?
It will be either they were hardworking boys, number one, but two, they had a good foundation, right from age grade, and we must thank Hannah and the entire admin for really holding these guys' hands with their partnership with Chadondo, and develop something a good product from that time. So a good foundation and hard work, willingness to learn, and got ourselves in a very good position in the sevens platform.
Coach, just to fast forward a little bit, the Buffaloes obviously won that some years ago,
Yeah.
and then now just recently the Walukuba Barbarians have won it. You as a coach, obviously former national sevens coach, but looking in from outside,
Yeah.
what are some of the things you'd say that the Barbarians did right? Obviously, the things that we can see on pitch,
Yeah.
and maybe other things. What could you say that they did right, and how would you compare them to that Buffaloes team of the ones that won that trophy?
Yeah, I think the blueprint is pretty clear. If you've got if you build from the ground up, start understanding the persons who are engaged in the game, guiding them, making sure that unit stays close with one vision, chasing the same goal. Chances are high that you'll be punching above your weight. So it's one of those things that I think most clubs should be able to pick up, try and develop sport from. Try and develop the youth from a very young age, and the sky's the limit.
Obviously, some of the things that in my opinion, the Walokuba Barbarians have done well is obviously the athletic discipline. That
Yes.
is, they put in the work, they train well, they have a coach who is really big on strength and conditioning and athletic discipline, off the pitch and all that.
Yeah.
And also, we know you as one of those coaches that is, I wouldn't want to say strict, but you're very principled, and you know exactly what you want from your athlete. You
Yeah.
know exactly what you want your team to do. Do you think that is something you picked up along the way as a coach, or even from your playing days, you are that one player who was always the first on the pitch and the last to leave?
I think, and I can say it. There's a lot of challenges in life, and a lot of uncontrollables. So, if you've got things that you're able to control, try and control those ones, and ensure you're good at them. Because life throws at you so many things that you cannot be able to handle.
Yeah.
So just be good at what you can be able to control, and then everything else will fall into place. Then after that, it's others are passionate about the game. Others are not as passionate, but about delivering on targets, and just like any other sphere of life, be it the corporate world, there's targets that we have to meet. Every time you step on the pitch, every time a game comes in, every time a season comes through, and if you're focused on those ones, then sky's the limit.
Coach, obviously, you've told this story maybe multiple times, but if at
Yeah.
all you could give us a small recap of how you joined the National Sevens as a coach.
I joined the Nationals. I think I believe at the time I was picked by Paul Sigombe, who was a chairman, URU at the time, and I was picked to head a side that was going for the Capital Sevens in the year 2000. We went for that, and basically it was just. It was interesting because I was picking my teammates at the time and guys that I was playing against, which was it was a bit strange, but we gelled, we did well. We didn't manage to win the Safari Sevens that year, but we were pretty close. And from then on, the sky was the limit. I got dropped off from as as a sevens coach for about a couple of years, but then thereafter, I think it was William Blick who called me back, and the process continued from then on.
And the process continued from there on, and as they say, the rest is history. Of course, the 4 Africa Cups to your name,
Yeah.
all those travels around the world, as you'd like to call them. I would like to know what are some of the things that you've picked up from some of those environments and setups that you probably think should be implemented here, or that can, sort of develop the game here.
I think number one would be have to be discipline amongst the players. 2, total buy-in from the admin, the boots on the ground, and the guys who support the sport, sponsors, the guys who really who put in money towards the sport. So if those 3 arms can be able to work together, the same vision, I think we'll be in a very good place. We obviously are challenged as a union. Rugby is not a cheap sport.
Yes.
And if you don't invest, then there's really no room for you for growth, because there's tournaments to play, there's kit, there's medical. You've got to develop players over the years. It takes probably 3 to 4 years to develop a sevens player, especially in our kind of environment. So it needs a total buy-in. So those are the things that we saw out there. Some of these players, we've been meeting them, been watching them on TV. You go for a tournament, you're playing the same guys. Some of you fall off, the same guys are still on. And that ensures longevity in the sport.
Coach, obviously, the 10 years you spent on the national team, we could say that the players that were being selected for the national team were obviously coming from our league. So across the 10 years, and now you're back into the fray of club rugby. What would you say has really changed from 10 years ago when you took over, and now where you are now as a coach?
Rugby is quite funny. There's seasons when there's very big players. Somehow teams come in and they've got 6'5" huge units, and they're running at you hard. And then there's times when you've got short, stocky players who can step, and they've got plenty of pace. A good example is the Blitzboker. But what has certainly changed is the conditioning. The game is much faster. There's more science in the sport and more analysis in the sport. So for us to catch up with the rest of the world, all those things have got to be taken care of.
So, Coach, before I ask you this last question, I would like to know very quick from you, and this is a little bit later. What is that one rugby fact that you think maybe people out there don't know, but you think, I love this, it is so peculiar, I wish everyone knew it?
I think the one thing that I normally tell people who don't follow the rugby as a sport is that I think rugby is the only sport that changes rules, that there is a rule change every single year. And that's just testament to how agile a player has to be mentally, physically, because there are things that are speeding up the sport. There are things there are rules that are making it, slowing it down in other areas. There are rules that are making you think better as a player and as coaches as well. So for me, the most intelligent sport in the world is rugby, and the most physical as well.
Yes, obviously it requires for one to be all in, both mentally and physically as well. But another light one, would like to know from you, what is that one thing that people do not know about you do you probably have a middle name that no one knows about, like Tolbert Charles Onyango?
It's not a child. It's a very African name, Omolo.
Mm,
So that's my middle name.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
that's really it.
Yeah.
Very African.
uh, Tolbert Omolo Onyango.
Onyango, yes.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
And now, the other question that I want to ask you,
yeah.
Coach, you've been here for 10 years and you've handled various talented players across the stages and the journeys. But if I were to ask you to, name your starting seven across the 10
Man,
years,
that is
across the 10 years.
that's like the most difficult thing that you can ask of a coach who's had success with quite a number of players. Yeah? So it's going to be a bit of a problem to try and get out of 100 players to only name 7. Eh? But I think for starters, Uganda's got very skilled players. It's unlike something I've seen. I've not seen anywhere else in the African continent. Other teams, other countries start developing players at a very, very, very young age. As guys pick up the sport much later in life, can be able to step, pass, kick at ease, and that makes us a very interesting opponent to face. So I've sidestepped your question about the 7 players, but you'll forgive me. You'll forgive me.
Okay, just if at all there's a hat and as to name your favorite, or not your favorite, but the one player that you've coached and really felt so proud of them and their success over the years. If at all I gave you 3 names, could you pick one?
It's even becoming worse. Even becoming worse. Okay, so at the moment would say we've got 2 exports who are doing very well in France. Obviously Philip and Adrian. We've got other players at the moment who are extremely good and fingers crossed, probably it's a matter of time before they get picked up out there. Obviously, one of them being Aaron, is a very clever player with the ball. He's I don't need to say much about it.
Yeah.
He's performed well over the years for club and country, and I think those guys stand out for me. The other guy, obviously, is Michael. One, because he's a leader. He's been able to, I think he's one of the oldest guys playing at the moment. He's one of those who've played the longest in the league. I think you have to go back and look at the records. But to be able to have that kind of longevity is testament to how one is passionate about the game, taking care of themselves to enable them to play the game. And, you'd wish him the best. Hopefully he can be able to, I know he's put on a bit of weight now. and he's struggling to be the quick player that he used to be. But, he packs a mean punch, and we hope that he can be around for a long time.
Yeah, obviously, about Michael, we had a conversation with him some time back. And, he told us that he began playing in league in 2006 for the Buffaloes, then went back to school. When he came back from school, he straight away went to Heathens. So in a year or two, we are probably going to be celebrating 20 years of
20
Michael
years,
Korach.
man. Yeah, 20 years.
20 years of Michael Korach. As manager, Chadondo, do you think you're going to throw him a mega bash?
We throw him a bash every day. Every time I see him, hey, can I have...
Every day is a celebration.
Yes,
with Michael.
because there are very few people like him. And he's done well for the sport, and also for players who are picking up the sport, players who want to learn more about the sport. And we hope that he can be able to, as you intimated, pick up a managerial role or a coaching role. But it's all up to him, man.
All right, Coach. So this next segment we are going to do is very simple. It's called Complete the sentence.
Complete the sentence.
So, for example, if I say the sky is, you just complete blue. The sun is bright. You may use more than one word if at all you so wish.
Okay.
And I'm going to be reading from my phone.
Cool, cool.
The best player to never play for me is
Ivan of Walukuba. Hey, I retired just in time for him to come up.
Ivan Bulima, that is.
Yes.
Thank you very
Bulima.
much.
Yeah.
The next one is, if I was younger, the one player I would love to play with right now is
Fahad of Hippos. He's a big unit. I love the way he scrums and his commitments towards the sport is solid. I think he's one of the kingpins of Hippos and of 15s rugby.
And as a former back yourself, you'd obviously love a player that gives you a very good platform to attack.
Correct.
Dominant scrum, you have your advantage there, so you can do your things
Taking
over
us
there.
forward.
And,
that's the kind of guy.
And now that is my next question.
Yeah.
If at all you weren't a back,
yes,
what number would you play in the pack?
I would have to be a flanker, man. I'd like to
Flanker.
smash people. Guys who think they're very quick, running down the sidelines. Yes, that would be
Just
me.
take the
Hunting
air
them
out
down.
of them.
Yes.
All right. If at all you were a player today, who is that one coach you'd love to play under?
Man.
You're free to say Tolbert Onyango.
What would come out top of my mind would be Rassi Erasmus.
Yeah.
But I would go for Wayne Smith. I think how he explains the game to his guys, how he's been part of an integral part of the All Blacks for all this time, and how players develop under him. I think he's been brilliant, and he's still doing a good job.
Still doing a good job in the back room.
Yes.
So if at all it wasn't rugby, what sport would it be?
It would have to be hockey. I'm a team player, so I used to play fullback at hockey.
At hockey?
In high school, so it would have to be hockey, man. Yeah.
Now this one comes back to you and the club.
Yes.
The first trophy you want to win with Heathens is?
That would have to be a no-brainer, Uganda Cup. If I say anything else, I'll be out of a job. But yes, Uganda Cup 2025.
What should we expect from the Heathens?
I think effort. You'll be able to see a team that will put in the effort during the games, having a never-say-die attitude. And if you can be able to present those during our games, then I think we'll have favorable results. Obviously, we want to win every single game, but rugby is just like any other sport. The results, they're not given. So, we are hoping to put our best foot forward and see what comes up at the end of the season.
All right. And did you by any chance ever coach Coach Onen when he was at Buffaloes?
At Buffaloes, yes.
And I think you must be proud of him right now and the work he's doing with the Ugandan girls.
You know, he was unfortunate that he picked up an injury during his playing days. He's a good rugby brain. He's one of those who has helped the young players in Hana especially come through, and now he's being seen with the work that he's doing at Buffaloes, and transition now to the ladies, and you can't fault him. He's won Safari 7, something we've never done. His team is punching above the weight. Those girls work very hard. And that management team, Onen, Winnie, and Chigongo, we need to give them kudos. They've done a massive job with the ladies, and the results are there to see for everyone. Well done. Charles Onen.
And of course, the other thing about Coach Charles Onen, he's the women's sevens coach, and then recently he was also the women's 15s coach, where they went to Ivory Coast and qualified for the top tier tournament, and they came out third, surviving relegation with the host Madagascar getting relegated. Are there some tips you're going to get from him on how to transition between sevens and 15s? It's not bad for the teacher to learn from the students.
Of course, we always learn. Yeah. By the way, if you think you know everything, you're doomed. But yeah, we're always catching up, having a chat, whether it's sevens or 15s, and seeing how we can be able to improve the sport, not just within Chadondo itself, but nationally. And you know, we're hoping to collaborate for a long time, you know, for as long as we are still both in the same jobs.
Coach, you said for a long time, and this is my last question. You said for a long time, and now, what do the next 10 years look like for you?
That's a long time, eh? Okay, one, I hope to stay fit. Yeah, so if you ever see me with a big stomach, man, you should be whipping me around, getting me to the pitch. Yeah, I hope to be in the sport, even if I'm not coaching, but I'll be in the sport, supporting from within, from without, and yeah, pushing Uganda rugby to try and get to the top. I believe we still have a long way to go. Just a bit of tweaking here and there, and we'll be punching above the weight, you know, and playing with some of the most competitive sides around the world.
Coach, it was nice talking to you, and it's always a pleasure catching up with you. And this is one of those rare opportunities that we get to enjoy as the media, to sort of sit down with people like yourself, who have been in those positions, who have had those experiences, and have been all over the world doing this thing that they love, that is called rugby. And it's a pleasure for us. It's a privilege for us, and we don't take that lightly.
Thanks. We are humbled for this opportunity, and also, you know, you guys are doing a good job spreading the rugby gospel. Keep it up, and it's through the media that we end up getting sponsorships to support the sport. We end up getting mileage, people picking up the sport, and big up, keep pushing. Cool.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
All right.
And that has been an incredible interview with Coach Tolbert Onyango here at the Chadondo Rugby Grounds. He has been, as you can see, a very jolly man. I hope we didn't get that. Yeah, a very jolly man, and we hope to see you around on Kawowo Sports. Keep on watching, keep on reading, keep on following everyone on social media, and thank you very much. Out.
Peace.